So I just got another great email. Hey, Richard, I want to know how you know when to motivate and when to challenge your employees on your team. Oh, that's a brilliant question. Let's take a walk. So I think sometimes we probably get this backwards, right? And I say that because, let's just say, for instance, we praise the ones that are always at the top, right? But yet we kick the ones that are at the bottom. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, usually you have the employee at the bottom that's struggling, right? And at least this is what my experience has taught me, that the ones that are at the bottom, they're having a hard time. They're not meeting expectations. They're constantly failing objectives. And they're just struggling, right? Through and through. But that's actually the person that we need to be encouraging, motivating, and reminding them of their strengths, but also to help them climb up that mountain, right? Now, the ones that are at the top, that person that's always succeeding expectations, they have the fantastic performance reviews, right? They always seem to be finished early by close to the end of the day. That's the person, though, that you need to establish something that can challenge them, because they've plateaued. And once that person has plateaued, they're no longer learning, and now you're failing them as a leader and they're not growing. So it's important to push that individual, but also give them something that's almost unachievable. That way you can see failure and how they, adapt to that, but also what that learning curve is and how the next time you give them something, how they approach it. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, that person that fell down the mountain, that one that is at the bottom, we're going to pick them up. We're going to dust them off, put some new clothes on them. We're going to get them back in the game. We're going to give them what they need to achieve. And ultimately, what you're going to do is you're going to find something for them, though, that's not too terribly difficult, but is somewhat of another challenge, but something that is achievable to help boost their spirit, their mindset, and at the end of the day, give them that positive attitude that I can do this. This can be taught. This can be learned, and I know I can do this. And when they do ultimately complete that and finish it, then that's the result you get is, I did it, I was able to pull this off, and I didn't think I had the resources, or I didn't think I had the ability to do so. And that, at the end of the day, is part of my leadership philosophy is, if you have folks that are constantly failing like that, it's because you're doing one of three things, or all three things. You're either failing to provide the right training, you're failing to resource them appropriately, or you're failing to clearly define the objectives. And that's usually the result you get, is when you have folks that are struggling like that. And the moment that you provide all three of those to your folks, you'll see a big change, and especially in their attitude, but also in the product that they're putting out. And confidence level, right? Because that person's going to change. You're going to see some changes. You're going to see some differences. They're going to start changing, like literally sometimes even dressing differently, but you're going to see it. You're going to see that glow in their face. You're going to see that positive attitude, but you're going to see that confidence, because once they resonate on that frequency, man, it's a beautiful thing to see. All right. Love you guys. Thanks, man. That was a great question, by the way. I'm looking forward to some more. Please put some more of those questions in the comments. Let's engage. Let's talk it out. This is what L3 is all about. We're changing the game. We're reinventing the workplace. And like I always say, we're going to change it from within before we change anything outside of it. So let's go. Until next time. See y'all.